How are we feeling with this draft? Can Neon pull out of the hat and try and get their second victory, or LGD going to be able to take this series 2-0?
The heart says Neon, the head says I've got a level 25 Winter Wyvern, so I'm going LGD.
So there's not much backup. It's just the fact that you're a Wyvern fanatic, and you're like, okay, whenever I see Wyvern, I say, you go, sir.
Mm-hmm. Not anymore. It kind of...
Now Venom is...
sucks. Yeah, I'm more of a Venom man these days.
It does definitely suck. Oh. Make sure I don't drop no liquid on my keyboard. That's a yuck.
Spaghetti's falling out of your pockets. The good thing, okay, so this definitely puts me more towards LGD because Faith.Beyond has done the new player experience. He's got the, this is the technical term, the shitty wizard emotes. So, he's got the GLHF.
Does he have that choreo that you were speaking about as well?
Question. I'm sure he's probably been gifted a better one.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, look at this thing. The one on the right. It looks like some My Little Pony crossed with an anglerfish.
What the hell?
And it's all kinds of glowing.
30 seconds to battle.
The one next to it's kind of cool. What? What's that?
Husky type thing?
Yeah.
Vici Gaming. They're using a Vici courier. Oh no. It's flying in the old sigil, I think, that the Vici Gaming Tusk used to have.
That's I haven't not seen that choreo. That's really cool.
Yeah, China gets all this cool stuff.
The battle
They even
begins.
got 2 Baby Roshans. You know, I used to say, always at the start of the game, I'd look to see who's got more Baby Roshans, and I'd be like, right, that's the team to win. You got more Baby Roshas than... I'm a fanatic for Baby Roshans. They are just... I mean, yeah, again, the expensive couriers, but there's a reason why. They look so goddamn good.
I'm very partial to... I don't use it, but Cluckle's the Brave, just the old chicken running around, like he's got a real strut when he's delivering his items, you know?
Yeah, I think that's the one thing that Dota's always done well. Cosmetics, of course, everyone has some cool sets, and people like collecting too, so I really think that is the one thing that... They've done a lot of things well, but at least better than some other games.
Juggernaut! Try and take out this courier with Januel. We'll be able to catch up to it with the boots of speed, so that's a nice little sentry ward that he's been able to remove. Innocence, he's still going to get the block off onto this camp, and we can see the difference here, right? You've got a very strong lane in the Troll and the Elder Titan, and instead of just wanting to contest straight into it, this is make sure to pull it right down next to the tower, so it's going to be a lot easier for Faith.Beyond to farm, get those first few key levels that he needs to survive if he doesn't.
Yeah, and you see they've actually switched the setup. It's the position 4 playing with Arme with the Winter Wyvern, and then the Tusk down bot.
No, I think it was if he was just a little bit shorter on the cooldown there, so maybe there's some miscoms there coming through from Xingqiu and Arme. It's going to be another 40 seconds now until they can try and make something like that happen again.
Yeah, but they've got a lot of potential to kill the Tide in this lane. You have the percent damage coming through, 6%. The health burn level 1 with the Arctic burn. The Blade Fury magic damage is a lot as well for rapid handle. Yeah, Xingqiu might end up giving away first blood. Tries to play around with the fair and fire attempt, but that will not be enough as Play Hard picks that one up for Neon.
So, he's skewing a little bit more in his favor. Taking on to Faith.Beyond, only the 1 point of the Spirit Siphon so far. That's why it's so important to get those levels into him. Either so that he can be spamming out that Crypt Swarm to make sure that getting the subsequent levels, or just the extra charge into the Siphon. So go on him, he's not dead in the water.
My blade is swifter.
Do you think there's any adjustments that the Void Spirit and Puck are going to be able to make heading into this game? Because we did just see the identical laning matchup between these two.
I feel like that's something that China does very well between games. If they see something that destroyed them in lane, if they get the opposite matchup, they're very clear about not allowing that to happen again. So I think this time, you know, we're not seeing Pucks go this pure right-click build anymore. It's all about enabling the rest of your team through the likes of the Veil of Discord. It just ups up that tag team damage even further. It'll, you know, increase the damage from Blade Fury, everything from the Death Prophet. So I think it's still just going to be playing around each other, considering that Arme, he's going to be looking to go much more of this farming style.
And he's once again having a very good lane. 21 last hits on top at the moment. Then we'll see how active they can get now with the kills as well, because Arme's got a second point in the Blade Fury. And Xinqiu's also got the level 2 as well, to at least stay clear.
The one time that Neon isn't the one to pause the game as well. Looks like the mouse issues have finally been solved, but not too long of a pause coming from Vici. Debile is in a little bit of a vulnerable position here, being caught in.
Is.
Nice use of the shards here to lock him in place.
Great play from the Tusk, and why it's going to help out with Faith Beyond. It will get the kill. Death Prophet claiming that one. The TP from Shaman's actually going to get cancelled there from Play Hard a little bit too late and would not have done anything. So it's a great little play there, and exactly like you were highlighting, you know, when the DP gets these extra levels in the Siphon, it's something that he very much requires.
Not just with his survivability, full potential as well, right? You can use one to be aggressive, you can use one in the bank that saves. He's not really in a vulnerable position. You're a Wyvern. You can fly over trees if you've got the safety to do so. A little bit of an unlucky miss here. Rappy's going to try and join him. It's just about juking him out through. We're just going to go straight into the road.
Oh, he's going to make the long way around, unfortunately.
No boots yet. He's still quite slow, as are all the ice beat. Tusk, actually.
Shards as well. Rappy's just going to go for an instant TP.
Got it.
Will make it. He's back to the T1 tower, so at least he's not too far away from the action. But a quick D ward there. It was scouted out because Radiant had their own observe ward just at the mouth of the Roche pit. So why, however, Spidey senses, or you know, at least the awareness, just moving through and trying to scout out the stacks. I don't think he actually got any vision because of the nighttime on the stack of the hard camp. They want the kill on Yopaj, nothing to say. Observe ward drop from Radiant, so they're going to see why, along with Xinqiu. But
Radiant's courier has been
They see
killed.
that vision, it's nighttime,
Dire's top tower
not that
is
great.
under attack.
To
Radiant
eliminate a lot of
are
vision, and just
scanning.
having a look at the Radiant side, realistically, it's only the Dire jungle they haven't. Bot lane, Debile, he's left on his own again. Do we have TPs available on the supports? Dude.
Oh,
All the
Debile.
time, though. Oh, no.
Oh,
this is a
Debile.
3v1.
Another perfect shards from Y. Blocks any attempt of an escape route there from the Troll Warlord. Now with all the heroes showing down bot, they're going to try and get a nice pick off on Arme. Juggernaut will be able to get the kill.
Resigns himself to his fate.
Well, they have not been able to slow down Army. A lot of teams have not been able to slow down Army that we've seen so far today. But a kill early on in the lane. PSG.LGD with that information going to try and dive the Elder Titan. But ET's got a decent amount of damage with the actual plus 108 at the moment. Live protected with the snowball for a little while, but that will still cost him his life there as Neon. Nice sweeping move from top to mid.
Take a look at Skem's net worth, though. He is sitting towards the bottom of the pause right now. Yeah, we're behind those two deaths, really putting him in a bad position, and he's the one going for the Battle Fury as well. It's going to be okay, but honestly, this is one of those games where I feel like the Maelstrom might be the better option. You're going to have the Cold Embrace that if you get locked in onto a target with the Battle Trance, it's going to nullify almost all the damage that you're able to do, whereas Maelstrom, at least you get something through onto the enemy target.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
I like the movement though. Both LGD on Faith Beyond and Arme have the level 6s available, so Jog is going to feel a lot more stronger than what the Troll will with his ultimate. So moving down, joining Faith Beyond, that's an early T1 tower, which is really, really important for Death Prophet to get with these early exisms.
Boots being denied out is going to annoy, nothing to say, not going to happen for the next couple of minutes or so. Will they be able to mount any sort of defense around this top tower, though? That's the real question. Wyvern, probably one of the better heroes at doing that. So, in the Tidehunter, getting ready to dive behind the tower is always going to be nice and scary. They caught the fact that a little bit of extra damage coming from the Astral Spirit.
Well, what's gone in the river? bit of a battle between our team. Looks like nothing to say. Just dropping that maybe for the claim on the illusion. Not wanting Yopaj to steal that one.
Okay, so not going to be able to do anything here, Jingyu. Realizes as well the threat of that battle trance. Oftentimes you wait until level 8 to be able to pick up the Cold Embrace on the Wyvern. Not against a troll. You want to just always have just that one value point in your back pocket.
Yeah, against the troll, it's such an incredible way to be able to deal with him. Curse, Cold Embrace. Troll ain't gonna feel too happy against that one, but Rappy's taking a nice stack away. Nothing to say, doesn't want to give it over free. There's got some help to the northern side, down to the southern side as well, but this is an LGD lineup that we're not seeing too active through the past, 2 minutes or so.
And you kind of feel like they need to be. They've got the Tusk, they've got the ability to make the rotations, they've been having a couple of successful ones. Oh, actually coming down Arme once more.
Yeah, that ward on the high ground. This has been a little bit better of a game here from Neon. The vision that they've been able to drop, scouting out the Juggernaut here, has netted them another quick pickoff on him. Might even cancel the TP from Y, and yeah, he does.
Enable a bit of a deeper dive here onto the top side, but could even be a bit of a bait with the Puck and the Death Prophet showing up here to join. Sism up in a few seconds. Don't think they're going to want to commit it just to kill Zhao. Dream Call is going to be enough for him.
Dire's middle tower.
So a quick kill. I mean, they've got the bounties coming up in about 15 seconds, so we'll see how LGD are going to continue to posture. But it's Y that has some reinforcements coming down. They're too far away. The tier 1 mid and tier 1 bot is pretty much dead middle. So the help a little bit too slow there, but they will at least have 2 heroes by the bounty, and Rappy's actually going to move on forward straight into 2 ultimates. Silence preventing any Ravage opportunity. He's got it up and ready and available, but there is absolutely no backup to make it worthwhile for himself, as meanwhile Xinkyu will still drop. Yopaj finds a nice kill.
It's not the worst. You force out the Exorcism on Faith Beyond. They're not going to be able to use it to transition into any kind of objectives. They go straight for the mid lane, but you've got Zhao kind of protecting this one a little bit here. Dive onto him, don't think so. They get a return kill onto the Wyvern, and they get the bounty room. So Neon will view this as a big win. Maintaining the Ravage as well, not popping it in a panic. So we could see, TP straight to the mid lane, make something happen. He's got the delivery through to the Shadow Shaman. He's going to pop the Clarity. Maybe TP mid as well with his Mass Serpent wards, unless he gets caught out here by innocence.
That he might. Bit uncharacteristic so far this game from Innocence. Missing the shards. He's done an incredible job to lock them in. Arme coming over with Healing Ward. Is that going to be enough? The Serpent Wards are doing a lot of damage, and they get rid of the Healing Ward as well. The last, it is. Unfortunately, the Tusk unable to get away, so they trade a kill for kill. I mean, Serpent Ward's committed, and Arme is going to be able to farm them up now, so a lot of gold that the enemy team's not going to get.
Yeah, that's definitely not the value way that you want to use it. You need to transition that into the mid lane. You had a Siege Creep, no Exorcism, no Winter's Curse. You were in a clear line to be able to take this tier 1 tower with relative ease.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
He's getting close to his Yule Scepter though, so you're not going to need the Shadow Shaman wards to be able to get a lot of these kills. Just him on his own can set up. Allow that Shackles to be used on secondary targets coming. You got a lot of burst damage that can.
It's a lot of stacks that they've been able to create so far from LGD. They triple at the hards. Triple or quad? Like a triple. The Ancients has got a double as well here for Arme.
Doesn't have the Battle Fury just yet, but Blade Fury is going to be enough to be able to clear out this way. Even had the Ravage on the Tidehunter. They really should have been taking that mid-tier 1 tower. I suppose maybe Rappy was feeling that he should be going for... I was about to say saving up for that Blink Dagger. He was at about 1,700 gold, but goes all in onto being a bit more of a tanky frontliner with the Hooded Defiance coming out from now. No need to join the rest of his team, though. It's pointless having this item that allows you to survive if you're not surviving.
Not again. Oh, Arme. This time, Neon have his number. 3 deaths here, but a quick jump in, nothing to say. Wants a little bit of revenge. Nice jaunt away. He's locked in 2 with the coil, and they've got the extra control as well with the silence. Void Spirit's about to expire here. Page Astral Step, unfortunately, still on cooldown, as Neon will lose 2 for the kill on Arme. Make it a 3rd as well. Shinkyu just in the nick of time to be able to cancel Rappy's TP with the Winter's Curse. Tide, I mean, TPs are coming over, but they're going to bring him down, and ET even face checks as well. The build's showing up, but what can the Troll Warlord really do at the moment? One more smackdown. He's got so much damage, plus 251 for Januel that now expires. Unfortunately, triple kill for Faith.Beyond.
It just kind of felt like they were trickling in bit by bit there, and I don't know, I feel like he was very happy to use the Mass Serpent Wards to try and go for a kill on this bot lane, but he had it up available after he got out of that Dream Coil and Waning Rift Silence, and didn't choose to drop it in the Tricam period, so potentially a few more kills left on the wayside, and that Hooded Defiance, not really effective at all, right? It was used to try and sustain himself for a little bit longer, but what you need to be as this Tide is this front-lining presence in the team fight alongside your Ravage. We haven't seen a Ravage used just yet. I feel like at the 14-minute mark, when you're up against this Arme Juggernaut, who is going to be farming. I mean, they're about at the same level, the Troll and the Jug. To make much more happen. This is the play that we needed to see. We needed to take away this tier 1 tower from LGD.
And I like the wraparound as well. Rappy can stand his ground, especially with the help of the Serpent Wards too. That early T1 tower, I mean, again, it probably, like you were saying, should have been claimed a little bit earlier, but at least about to be 15 minutes in, it will give them opportunity now to continue to make these aggressive movements like they have on Arme.
Let's spot him out one more time, though. They have to be thinking, well, Arme isn't able to just summon gold out of thin air. He has to be taking super aggressive farm if he's going to be finding these really early timings. So they lose their tier 1 tower, and you oftentimes think, well, we don't want to go to that lane. There's no way to save. The only reason you might want to is if you've got a few people with you, you know, the full gank squad. Time they've done it, they've been able to get a kill onto the Jug.
Mid lane, DP. It's a big kill if they can bring down Faith.Beyond. They might have to commit the Ravage for it. Faith.Beyond's got some back. The call now with the silence actually stops the Ravage from coming through. And now with the cold embrace as well. Shinkyu, if required here to drop the curse. Rapid's a massive Ravage onto 3 with a combination of the Elder Tide and Ultimate. But the Winter's Curse now disrupting the Snowball forward as well. Faith.Beyond still alive, and another silence, man. LGD turn it around. They find 3. And Neon have to retreat away, but they've got the cash. Page has still got another yours available, his own yours. Actually use it aggressively on top of Y. A follow-up silence once again. The story of that team fight there. They've gone a bit deep though to build. Gets a nice route. They're going to drag back.
No more Siphon charges.
And Furion, has he overstepped a bit too far? Faith.Beyond 2 seconds for another use of the Yours Scepter. Resonant Pulse just out of range. And now Faith.Beyond gets away. It all started with them trying to bring down the Death Prophet. And somehow Faith.Beyond makes it away with his life.
I hate this fast bastard. He's just able to do whatever the hell he wants.
Why does he move so fast? Why is his base movement speed 335? Where are my answers?
It just feels like another game of almost coming from Neon, you know. If only they were able to do this. I mean, it was a great initiation, great combination together. The Ravage in combination together with the Earth Splitter, but just no follow-up, you know. They didn't have the key items. The Ag Scepter, for example, if they went for that kind of rush on the Void Spirit instead, would have turned the fight in their favor.
I mean, what? Those silences from LGD, we are really seeing the value of these AoE silences. You know, Death Prophet, 3 seconds at level 1. You know, Puck gets 3.5 seconds maxed out. It's just, there's no way they can deal with it this early on from Neon, and it just disrupted them. Even though it was such a great Ravage ET combo, you see the Snowball in the nick of time, Shinkyu just in a great positioning as well. It was just all in all some great usage of abilities, but just wasn't enough in the tank for Neon, and now they might be under pressure of a smoke gank.
Radiant are scanning.
A lot of big ultimates we use. Still another 20 seconds until that Ravage is available, so Rappy's just staying down on this bottom side, making sure to be very efficient with his farming. Always also got the threat of the Roche going down. You've got a Juggernaut, you've got the tag team and that healing ward able to be used as well. 12 on the DP2, so that Exorcism is now going to be doing double the damage in the next fight.
Smoke for naught for PSG.LGD, but they do get set up with an Observe Ward top, so it looks like gearing for a potential fight. Getting set up by the...
Leg Dagger, now available on the Tide. All grouped together, they're going to have this invis room picked up. Here we go. Back it up a little bit. Wyvern's actually TP bot. If she shows... haven't just yet, Xingqiu. Let's see how aware they are of what's going on the map. Maybe the nighttime saving him. Blast just used from the trees. Still going to go forward. I'm not sure if they saw the Wyvern or not, but this is a big move. They're not going to have the full complement of lineups. Say he's playing with fire a little bit. He walks right over the ward to have the initial burst. Is he going to be really quick on his fingers? We might be seeing a full Blink Ravage committed.
Nice Blink. The double Astra step to close the distance. They're off on the initial jump with the Ash. It will not matter.
He has to know what's going on. He's walking it out of there as quickly as he can, trying to just get every little scrap of farm that he can on the way, but can't overstay himself.
So Debil's doing a pretty good job with keeping up in the farm once again, like we saw in that game 1. Mid lane. Ravage gonna get committed along with the Earthsplit follow as well. Drop himself with everything dropped on Arme. And this time there is no answers that LGD are able to dish out here. Curse not available. Well, he's got it up, but he wasn't able to pop it there fast enough, and neither was the snowball. Why? Nice attempt with the shards TP out.
Would have been able to follow up onto that, but the wards actually end up trapping Yopaj, so he's not there to get close enough to get the secondary 8th Remnant off into the trees.
Faith Beyond?
Actually committing this Exorcism.
Oh, Puck's nearby, nothing to save. Look at the Dagon burst potential as well. Faith Beyond now protected with your Scepter. Still hasn't used many Spirit Siphon charges, and that's actually going to cost him his life there. 492 gold given over to Debil.
Not just that, the Exorcism committed as well, so they know they've got this window for 2 minutes. This could be a Roche. Able to secure all of the bounty runes again. Top side, they're trying to contest it a little bit here with Y. Careful. It's Tim on his own.
Pro coming. But so are Radiant. Shards actually overshot that one. But it gets the curse on 2. Radiant, they don't have the TPs just yet, but the numbers. Now Dagon finds one. A secondary target getting hunted from the Shaman. The answers are finally coming through with the rotations from Neon. They'll bring the boys and punish the deep attempt there from the Tusker.
This is what you need to do, though. You know, it might be a bit of a risky thing to do, but that's bought you 40 seconds of time. This DP ultimate wasn't available. Faith Beyond not going anywhere near the encounter, realizing how much squishier she is as a result. Well, they're still able to pick up a kill.
Radiant's middle
I'm
tower.
surprised this one's still up, but eventually it'll fall to the 21-minute mark. Still yet to have the Ravage back off cooldown. No Mass Serpent wards. I feel like they need everything if they're going to try and contest into LGD.
Radiant's middle
Those
tower
little mistakes that you need to take advantage of. You know, we've seen Neon make a few. LGD finally making one. The consummate professionals that they are.
Now, both the position 1s are doing incredibly well to keep up with each other in the farm. How is this matchup going to fare as we start getting to the later stage?
The which one, sorry? The carry v carry?
Yeah.
I think it kind of has like its peaks and troughs, right? You've got the when you eventually do get the Swift Slash available, you're much less susceptible to being caught by you know, the blind, having that impact you in a negative way. I actually got this Shadow Shaman here. Might looking to try and make something happen onto him, but wait to say. Yeah, once that stuff's all used, I mean, once you're locked in position, you want to not be prematurely popping the Omni Slash, but you also don't want to not get it off in a team fight and subject to one of those chain lockdowns. And the next use of the Exo.
Coil, drop, sounds. No, it's on the Tidehunter as well. He can't get the Ravage off this time. Too late for the protection. That sounds way too long here for Rappy to stand his ground. And he's also going to end up joining the troll in the afterlife. Another attempt with the counter. But the silences LGD. And they might... I mean, Exorcism's only got about a quarter left, so Probably going to take them too long to get in the vicinity for Roshan, but they're still making their way over.
They got the tag team. They use that to taking it down. Healing ward as well. And they do it in 30 seconds. This only type is going to be able to prevent a lot of it. Go for the stomp here just to try and delay things, put a little bit of fear into them.
Nice snowboard dodge, but like who they get the catch on. Xinkyu, Serpentwoods does get committed. Go past, doesn't have to force too much out of it. Now the Earth Splitter. Again, space. That's all they need. Tide back up, Ravage available. Dive got very good vision on the high ground still around that secret shot.
That's lead.
Jump in, nothing to say. Oh, bye-bye Shaman. Just ripped apart here. That ward still, you got to keep that in mind. LGD, they're going to reset. Troll's back alive. They need to heal up, and they will be able to do so.
5 seconds left on that ward, so you're not going to have the same freedom as previous. Ravage available, Troll's alive. It's actually TPing all the way back to the tier 2 tower, so I'm a little bit low on mana as well, LGD. I wonder if they're going to try and make a little bit of a sneak attempt here onto the Roche pit. You know that they don't have exorcisms. I think this is the kind of decisive play that Neon needs to make. They can't be just playing this full safe, okay, well hopefully we don't lose. You got to play to win. You've only got the one win so far on the group stage.
Yeah, which we felt like they didn't really play to win in that game one. It was very reactionary, not making the aggressive plays. And, well, LGD, they're the ones smoking up and moving up the higher ground here. But they will not catch any one of Neon. So not seeing them on the higher ground might just allow them to walk back Roche, because they can still kill very fast with the tag team available.
That is just a free Roche. And yeah, it would not happen with exorcism building.
Yeah, you've got your Ravage, which is your big team fight capability. And the Coil now. Puck finds two, but mainly just zoning them back so they can get that Aegis without any chance of a snatch capability. So LGD, Aegis of the Immortal now in the hands of Arme. Nothing to say though. He's gonna get caught out. He does have the Aeon Disc though. Freshly picked up. Let's see if this is going to be required to get propped in. It will, but now everything committed. Ravage, Echo Stomp as well, but it's still out of there. Oh, that's not what you want to see. The voice line all chat as well.
You do not want to pop your Ravage onto that.
Oh, no.
The only kind of ultimate that you're popping onto that is Black Hole, because Daz instants don't mean jack. And even now as well, right? You've got this 2, 3 BKB, 4 BKB piercing ultimates right now. I suppose 5. Honestly, everything on LGD goes through BKB. Well, you need the Ags on the puck to be able to do it, but everything else, you could just still use it all throughout. So I'm not sure how effective this is actually going to be. The BKB picked up by Debil that he was farming up, that he was so cautious to finish. They didn't want to contest Roche. As soon as he uses that 10-second one, it's going to be the Wyvern probably just focusing the curse onto him, you know, make it half as effective.
Yeah, it's going to be super difficult for the Troll Warlord to actually not get kited in these fights. Exes and Pop. Horror's just on one with the curse. That finds more heroes onto two as Troll just shreds apart his own teammate. Neon losing couple to start, and they're even going to lose more as well as Faith Beyond can just charge up unrelentlessly. 3 end up losing their life as they are going to be able to claim some objectives now.
Yeah, this time around they've still got some of that duration left on the exorcism, so tier 2 tower, gonna fall. Do they even keep going?
Radiant's middle
Let's see why not. We've got a couple of seconds. Let's make maximum usage out of it. We've got the Aegis. Very minimum pop the glyph, and you know there's no Ravage, so why not?
Yeah, even when the Tidehunter's up, Ravage is going to be available in 35 seconds here. Just trying to deal with the healing ward. Unable to do so. I mean, it's about to expire nonetheless. But LGD going to be pretty happy with that. They got the glyph. A lot of damage on the tier 3 tower. Another one team fight for them. And look at the map control they currently have around the top to mid area as well. Real? What is this movement? BKB pop from Faith Beyond. The rest of the team going to be so slow to get there. BKB is well used for Debil.
But no battle.
Now they see the rest of Radiant. They're outside the base and they want to punish. Nothing to say. He's got Coil. Blink up in 5 seconds. But the shot, the only escape route is blocked off from Y. At least everyone else will get away but Januel. They're just gonna burn him down with the AoE damage, and that they will do. LGD too strong in this second game. 5,000 net worth lead. They're thinking about even going up high ground again, even without the exorcism.
I mean, they're strong in the second game, but a lot of it again has been just purely based on mistakes. You saw when they made that smoke gank where, you know, they're able to get the initial burst in. Yopaj just going to do his best to clear it out with that blink dagger to get back to safety, but you have to assume that they put up some kind of vision there, and there was no sentry ward placed down until the very end after probably like 2 or 3 more gank attempts that have happened because of that vision.
Swiss Slash now in the arsenal here for Arme. Melee racks will fall. Dire. And they're going to have all the ultimates up if they still want to reset here. They will see the DD, and they give the bottle over to the Juggernaut. So they're still in fighting shape right now with the Aegis for another minute. But it looks like these outer towers, still a tier 1, still tier 2 top, yet to claim. Now, we don't really see many heroes that go for the Aghanims and the shards so early, but the Juggernaut, these 2 extra items that you can pick up, are just so stupidly strong.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're going this style of build where you need to be moving in quickly to assist the rest of your team. The extra movement speed, of course, very handy to that, and just being able to whack away at targets.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Still dishing out damage while you're magic immune.
I'm trying to think if there's any other heroes that have so much emphasis on going for that early Ags and also shard as well.
Tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
Definitely quite the combination of Ags that the Juggernaut is able to utilize. And well, Dire, this is a cross-map smoke.
Dire's bottom
they
tower
got
has fallen.
I'm thinking about pushing up, but I think they're going to be a little bit too late here to contest the bounties, and also, well, I say that, like, the Bill's still sticking around. They get the call on the Void Spirit. It was showing in the river. Why can he get any control off before the Dissimulate? He cannot, but he still jumps over straight to the hands of Faith Beyond. And Silence is there, sets up for the follow-up, and Arme crits him down.
You hate to see that happen to Yopaj. It was a fantastic play. Made sure to get to the max range of that the Dream Coil, so that when he yules, it actually breaks without causing him to get the snap damage. Links right into the DP, another Yule Scepter, and he's going to go down. You can't really fault too much about how Yopaj has played this game.
It is a bit unfortunate because we are seeing time and time again Yopaj is playing incredibly well, but it's not getting replicated from some of the other boys here. It's difficult. I mean, you're up against PSG.LGD, who are just playing you like a fiddle right now.
I just want to know what this Arcane Blink is meant to accomplish on the Tidehunter. You know, yes, it gives you a lot less cooldown once you do pick it up, but it feels like you've basically got 1 fight left, so I'm not sure how that's going to impact.
Radiant
I'm
structures
a little low on the mana. That's the only souls that they can have here with Faith Beyond, sitting very low.
Radiant's bottom tower.
We'll go for a bit of a wraparound here with Rappy. Rappy round.
Puns.
Had to get one.
There you go. Yeah, we haven't been saying too many punts. They are really far away from the team. You see, he's got a Rappy. Drop the Ravage, but a quick BKB from Faith Beyond. Now with the counter up. Yopaj has got an extra silence. But nicely done as well, controlling off the Winter Wyvern, so there's no curse factor. The build, Battle Trance, BKB pop, but is unable to lock in Arme thanks to the shot. He's moving incredibly fast now with the BKB over, along with the ultimate. The build, they just chuck everything. Juggernaut instantly evaporates the troll. Warlord, no buybacks available. He's found the target of Rappy as well. He's able to blink after the curse, but Arme can continue hunting as meanwhile inside the base, Faith Beyond, along with nothing to say. They gone out, Void Spirit protected for a little while, but he's still going to actually make it back inside the fountain. As all in all, it's a 2-for-1, but it's a big target getting rid of the troll Warlord. And now they make it a third as well.
It's a 2-for-1, but it's a 2 and 5 troll Warlord. That's the difference here. Going for that, a little bit of an extra kill. Great reaction times with the Glimmer Cape to prevent that extra damage.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Taking out just those 2 creeps. It's not going to be enough to kick in the backdoor protection. Still got this half creep wave. The melee boys, they're hitting away. Another lane lost to Neon and staring down the barrel of a 1 and 7 star group stage.
Not something that you would want as a team looking to try and make it into playoff play. But unfortunately, this is the card that has been dealt to them. LGD, a 13,000 net worth lead. Well, you got Arcane Blink, but you don't have Ravage, so that's,
That's a thing.
yeah, that is a thing.
Oh, look, Roach is up.
Hey, what a timing for LGD. They're going to be happy about that. I mean, this should just be the one to end it, honestly. 14,000 net worth lead. Radiant aren't going to mount an offense to contest this one.
Like we've been saying before, it doesn't feel like, in the future games for Neon that there's no hope, basically, right? Because we pointed out 2 very clear options where they could have taken a fight that would have resulted in a very different outcome from what we're seeing right now. Not going for that Mass Serpent Wars onto the mid tier 1 tower. It was the 8-minute mark. Let's the Juggernaut farm that much heavier in the safety. Instead uses it for a failed gank attempt and gives Jug actually a lot more gold from being able to kill the Shaman and farm up. And then that first Roche as well, right? Like, they don't go on it when there's no exorcism available, and they had everything on.
This wrap through, nothing to say. Nash is the face shift. Just trying to burst down the Shadow Shaman. Core getting popped is going to be able to do so successfully. Outside the base, Yopaj trying to disrupt the Winter Wyvern backline. Rappy at least gets a TPA, so they still have the Tidehunter to be able to utilize for this fight. But now once again, the Corn Embrace, Shin-Q, perfect position, is even going to blink forward and now dropping off with Rappy. There we go. With the Ravage, finding 3. They deal with the Winter Wyvern, but still Army ready to rock and roll. He's got the Aegis, a quick stance, gets rid of the Shackles here, and on Neon, they're blowing everything. To build BKB battle transfer, they can't even outside the base. The Aegis going to get ticked out here. Yopaj still in fighting condition. Snowball defensively, Echo Stomp, nice combination here. Remnant as well, but Yopaj, he's going to be careful. Astral Step still available, gets to dissimulate back to safety here. And now down to the western side, actually nothing to say, he's going to get caught out. But a quick phase shift once again, playing with fire right now, LGD. Everyone's still alive in this game. A couple of buybacks forced out, a couple of big ultimates as well. But PSG.LGD still continue to go. Oh, the silence there! Void Spirit's got a blink. We'll be able to get away. Juggernaut's the big factor, though.
It's just the Juggernaut. He's the one. He's the one that's just going to be standing in on these front lines, slowly taking out these towers, doing the right click damage onto the creep web as well. They're going to reset. Why? They've been burned too many times, LGD, from hitting barracks or hitting ancients when they could have just backed up, waited for cooldowns, and then gone again. And by doing this, Dream Coil's available. They can make the play happen right now.
Radiant. They need to do something about the supports. The Wyvern Tusk providing them too much defensive backdrop, limiting a lot of this initial jump to burst the hero down. Because you're not going to kill the Jug to start the fight if there's a Wyvern and Tusk to prevent that. What's the deal? He doesn't have that factor. He's got no defensive support, so he's just going to end up falling. He's got a buyback available, but LGD, they barely committed anything for that.
He's gonna have to buy back. If you don't buy it back, you lose in Megas.
May as well do it now, my good sir, and he will indeed. TP is straight in front of him. Nothing to say, but a quick stance prevents the Shaman lockdown, so it allows PSG.LGD to reset. But now with the Ravage once again. Rapid fight 3 with the Earth Splitter. Is this the fight they're looking for here? Jug gets melted. The Snowball, Corn Embrace, a little bit too late. LGD, though, still able to turn. Finally, the curse going to come through from Shin-Q. Troll Warlord's able to kill off his own teammate, but he still wants to take the battle straight to them. As Shin-Q bashed up, will fall. It's all or nothing to say, and Death Prophet. As they're still sticking around, actually pushing Radiant back inside the base.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It's such a heavy price to pay, though. You've still got the last few seconds on this exorcism. Only the range tracks left. You force the buyback, and well, that's still good.
Team is about to get megas. Dagon. Tied by Tidehunter. Yopaj gets a nice silence. Is there any extra control? Coil on 2 to build. Doesn't have a way to get rid of the coil stun. He's just going to move on forward without BKB or battle trance. But it is mega creep gaming. They've already lost the tier 4 tower. Meanwhile, through all the action, And Neon Esports, I mean, OB.Neon,
Next time.
it's a tricky one to come back. Make creeps now.
They're up against it.
Yeah. What's Gaben say? 98%.
The whole bunch of punch.
Wait for it to update. I don't think Mecha Creeps is updated yet. We shall see.
Well, I've been very impressed with how LGD are being able to execute a lot of these fights. I mean, I always say China are incredibly strong at doing so. They're one of the best teams fighting regions, but you have... I wonder how much of an issue you think the communication factor is from Debil moving over to the one for the tournament instead of the support. Do you think that's playing a bit of an issue? Because we're seeing... actually, at the moment... Wow.
We're not seeing Yopaj. He is up,
Yeah, we are
up in
not
the
at
air.
all.
Zapped. I don't know if it's necessarily communication. I think it's more just Natsumi has a far more aggressive playstyle that he had to learn to be part of this Neon team that had a really good time in the upper division.
It just feels like their laning phase is good, but then they really start to fall off and they're not on the same page. And I don't know whether that's the communication or not.
Well, it just feels like Skep has never been a part of those, early-ish engagements, whereas Natsumi would.
Buyback on Yopaj forced out, but Faith.Beyond does not care. Moving up on forward. Leveler now in their hands as well. They're buying up whatever items they can get for the defense. Debil, Desolator, the Exorcism Ghost. Dealing with the T4 tower. They're going to try and commit heavily here. Nice counter on the backline as well. They're going to try and deal with the supports. Meanwhile, but it will not matter. Faith.Beyond is too tanky for this. The initial jump is all for naught here as they're both stuck inside the Serpent once. Meanwhile, Arme able to deal with the backline here. Shaman drop. ET is able to fire back, but they're just going to call it. There's absolutely nothing Neon can do. And PSG.LGD will take this series here 2-0 in incredibly convincing fashion.
Right on the 40-minute mark as well. Very nice. But